Welcome in, you guys. Let's check out the weekend. Let's see what the weekend is going to look like for all of us. Grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. So happy to be here. Happy to be here this morning. Let me check out the weekend. Let's see what the weekend. All right. I am all set and ready to read for you guys. So, as always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. If you are new here, welcome in. I am Raven Blackstar. If you have been here before, you know that I like to pull cards at the end of the readings for all of you guys. You know, take some time to kind of get personal. Yeah, so that's what the plan is again today. All right, some things just don't change. All right, so I've got all my tarot cards out here, trying to figure out which one am I going to use. I do have my What's the Tea deck out here, so if any of you guys want to know what's the tea on someone, that's a good deck to kind of pull out. But anyway, let's have some fun today. Let's do some readings and see what the weekend looks like for each and every one of us out there. Maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. Check your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and all that good stuff. And let's get started, all right? All right, let's see what is going on for all of the zodiac signs for this upcoming weekend. It is Friday where I am. So yeah, let's see what the next few days looks like. Grateful, thankful for the messages for everyone out there. What can you tell me to tell my Aries? We're going to start with you, Aries, and we'll go through the zodiac all the way to Pisces and take a look at what the weekend looks like. I'm going to get a couple more shuffles. See if some people come into the chat. So far, it's quiet. This is why I like to read before you guys, before I start pulling cards for you guys. Give some time for people to come in. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for my Aries for this upcoming weekend. What can you tell me to tell Aries for the weekend? Grateful, thankful for these messages. All right, we've got the Five of Cups coming in reversed. I like that energy because this is you saying, you know, I don't want to, you know, do anything that's going to hold me back. I've been depressed. I've been not happy, and you want to get out of it. So if you have had a hard week, all right, because that's what I'm feeling. It's just like you've had a really, really rough week, and you're really over it. But listen, I feel like it's going to carry on a little bit into the weekend because we do have the Magician coming in here reversed, you know, and this is an energy of, you know, not being able to make things happen. All right, so I just feel like, you know, this would be a really great weekend for you, Aries, to take off and go somewhere. All right, go somewhere where you haven't been. Do something that you haven't done before. Get out of this funk that you've been wanting to get out of and go explore. I mean, really, that's kind of the message. You know, because with the Magician coming in reverse, it's just like, you know, you got to make things happen. And I think this weekend is asking you to go out and make the weekend happen for yourself. All right, Aries, so that's what I've got for you for this weekend. Hi, you guys. Welcome in, Elena and Persist and Mohammed. Nice to see you guys. Deepa. Nice to have you guys all in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe as I go through these readings. And if you don't want to go along through the readings for all the zodiac signs, come back, you know, and, you know, put a question in. Maybe I'll pull a card for you. All right? Anyway, as always, I'm really happy to see each and every one of you guys. Please text because you just got out of the loony bin. Well, it might be a good time to sit by a tree. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Taurus for this upcoming weekend. What can you tell me to tell Taurus for this upcoming weekend? Hi, Lily. Welcome. Nice to see you. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on for this upcoming weekend with you. We have the King of Cups coming in to the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles. Look, you know, I think, you know, you may be dealing with maybe an older figure this weekend. It could be your dad, somebody who may need a little bit of help. There could be somebody that you are involved with, you know. It could be this King of Cups. But, you know, I feel like this weekend, Taurus, you know, you would be much happier if you were working. I mean, really, we have the Knight of Pentacles coming up here. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You know, I think, you know, maybe possibly too, somebody this weekend gives you an offer and you don't really want to take it. So I'm just feeling like, you know, this is a weekend that you got to tune into what you want to do. All right. Because you are the Knight of Pentacles represented here by this earth energy. And I just feel as if, you know, there could be somebody who wants to, or maybe you're waiting for somebody to open the door for you, or I don't know. I just feel as if, you know, you are not as open to someone's, you know, suggestions this weekend. And really, I really feel like, you know, you're okay working this weekend. I think you're okay doing what you got to do. You know, you're not looking for any excitement this weekend, Taurus. That's what I'm feeling. Lily. How are you, Lily? You doing good, Deepa? Please text back. You know, I'm glad you're out. All right, please text back, because, you know, get a nice breath of fresh air. Ground yourself. Persist. You're the magician. Persist. DJ Baby Bean, welcome in. Nice to see you. All right, let's move on to my Geminis and see what the weekend looks like for Gemini. So Gemini, I feel like if you have children, you know, maybe this is a weekend that you want to spend with your kids. We do have the Six of Cups coming in, so, you know, a little nostalgia, make some memories. I think there's a situation that you are dealing with right now, you know, that you just don't want to think about. Again, like with Aries, like go somewhere, do something, all right? Because here with this Eight of Swords coming in for the weekend, it's just like, let's get out of our heads. Let's get away from the energy and the things that, you know, are stressing you out, all right? Because I feel like they're not doing you any good. So, you know, don't be afraid to go out. All right, Gemini, I'm feeling like there could be an opportunity. Somebody might decide that they want to take you out. Do it, all right? And if you are being asked to go out with somebody maybe from your past, because this could be an energy around, you know, someone from your past or your childhood, you know, shows up and you're kind of thrown by the fact that they've shown up. You listen, go out and enjoy the weekend, all right? Listen, we live once, all right? Don't sit home moping and being all, you know, in your head here. Let's get out of this energy and let's go out. If somebody says, hey, let's go out and let's kind of change the energy and change how we're feeling, I think that's a good move for you. All right, so yeah, Gemini, get going. Go out there. Boricua American. Welcome in. Nice to see you. I don't know how to say that, Boricua. I guess that's how you say it. Anyway, nice to see you guys. I'm reading for the collective energy for the weekend, and we are on to my Cancers. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Cancer. So happy to see you guys in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me out. And then I'll help you out, and I'll pull some cards for you when I'm done with all of these zodiac signs. So yeah, take what works and leave what doesn't, right? All right, let's see who just came in. We got Anna's Songs. Welcome in. Factual World 1. Nice to see you. All right, let's see what's going on for my Cancers. Look, I got 7-7 in the house. Maybe it's my lucky day. I hope so. I'm going to go get my car fixed, or at least looked at. Hopefully it will get fixed. I had to borrow a car yesterday, so I wasn't here yesterday because I had to go get a car so that at least I had a vehicle running. Anyway, let's see what's going on for you, Cancer. We have the High Priestess to the Four of Swords to the Six of Swords. Well, you know, intuitively, I think there's a situation that you were dealing with. And I think you know that it's going to come back. All right. So if you have dealt with an issue that it's the swords and we're at the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords that comes before it, you know, something happened. And I think intuitively, you know, you've been trying to do what you can to take care of yourself. So with this Six of Swords coming in reversed, I wonder whether or not it might return. All right, so whether this is a person that has hurt you, maybe they want to come back and talk to you, or there's just this situation that, I mean, it's been brewing for a while here, because this Six of Swords says, you know, I left this thinking that it was over, you know, and now it's returning. So there could be a returning issue that shows up this weekend, Cancer. You know, the High Priestess, it doesn't surprise you, all right? I mean, you know, she knows everything. And the fact that you kind of had a feeling that, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they come back. They will. So definitely someone from your past or some issue from the past. Here we have the Six of Cups coming in reversed. Yeah, I just think that there is something that is wanting to be dealt with and really closed because, I just don't feel like you're going to want to stay in this troubled energy. I think you're going to want to deal with whatever it is. I mean, you hope that it was going to be done, but it's not. It has come back this weekend. Hi, Gib. Welcome in. Nice to see you. All right, moving on to my Leos. Let's see, Leo, what does your weekend look like? Grateful, thankful for the messages from my Leos. Yeah, I go through these pretty quickly, so, be patient and I'll get to your questions here shortly. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Cancers. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Cancer. One more shuffle. Welcome in, you guys. Nice to see people popping in. We're just checking out the weekend. All right, Cancer. Here we go. Did I just do Cancer? All right, somebody help me. Did I just do Cancer? I just did Cancer, didn't I? So let me shuffle again. We have to do Leo. Oh, my goodness. Definitely Friday feeling over here. All right, grateful, thankful for my Leos. What can you tell me to tell my Leos for this upcoming weekend? What can you tell me to tell my Leos for this upcoming weekend? All right, let's see. Are we ready for the weekend? All right, Magician card coming out. Leo, I like it. This is nice. And then we have this, the Nine of Wands. All right, look, I feel like this is going to be one of these weeks where, there could be somebody that, I mean, you've been around the block. I mean, I feel like somebody is now ready to do something and you're like, well, now you're ready to like make this all happen. What about all of the other wands and all the other times? So you're really suspicious of somebody's intentions this weekend, Leo. I'm just feeling like you've tried in the past and, it didn't work. And now that, maybe you're at that point where you're ready to surrender. I mean, you've been around the block in this situation with whoever it is, and I think now you're a little suspicious of what, they're up to now. It's like all these times you said no, and now all of a sudden you're saying yes, that you will do something. So, I just feel like, there could be somebody this weekend that, their intentions, you're not real sure whether or not they're real. I mean, it bothers you. I mean, you're suspicious, definitely suspicious of somebody's intentions. My feeling is that they're good, okay? I'm not getting a bad vibe off of this Magician. I'm getting like, this is a great weekend that if you finally want to make something happen, get out there and do it, all right? Because I think this Magician is saying, maybe things didn't work out in the past, but this time if we try again, it's going to work out. And I'm also sensing that some of my Leos out there may find themselves in a dream state, daydreaming or, just having some really intense dreams this weekend. There's just a lot in the dream time for you, Leo. So pay attention, maybe write down your dreams. Even like, psychic kind of things that come up, those synchronicities, those things that happen. I just feel like there could be something that comes up. So I think messages from above may be coming down for my Leos at this time. Dr. Ironsight, welcome in. All right, let's see. Moving on to my Virgos. Virgo, grateful, thankful for the messages for my Virgos today. What can you tell me to tell my Virgos for this upcoming weekend? Trishna, nice to see you. Some career readings. See, we got some questions coming in. So yeah, stick around. When I finish with this part of my segment, and get through all the zodiac signs, I will completely turn my attention to you guys. I promise. All right. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Virgos. What can you tell me from my Virgos? Happy helpers. Welcome in. All right, Virgo, this weekend, we are starting out with the Justice card reversed to Temperance. All right, listen, if there is a situation that you are dealing with and it's just not fair, it's just not right, it's just like, the Justice card is all about balance, and this is not balanced, all right? And with this Temperance card coming next to it, there's a situation that is just not going to be balanced. Whether this is somebody you are dealing with. I mean, Libra, you're coming out in your own reading here. Oh, no, this is Virgo, sorry. Justice, coming in reversed. Yeah, there's just a situation that, if you've been trying to be fair, to be honest, to like make things work. I just feel like this weekend you have no patience. And in doing so, I think you kind of break a cycle. All right. Because if somebody has been constantly, throwing out this energy that's been throwing you off, you finally standing up for yourself and saying, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore, really turns the energy in your favor. So don't be afraid to put your foot down this weekend. All right, Virgo, that's what I'm feeling. All right, Jen Majaya, nice to see you. All right, let's see what's going on for my Libras. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Libra. What's happening, Libra? What's going on for the weekend? What can they look forward to? What's the highlight of their energy for the weekend? What can you tell me to tell my Libras? All right, got the Moon card coming in reverse to the Page of Swords to the Nine of Swords. So a little bit of stress. I mean, there's something, I wonder whether or not there is something that is starting to surface. A lot of times when we see the Moon card, things are being revealed, all right? And sometimes secrets come up. And I just wonder whether or not there might be a secret that might come out about you, Libra, that you didn't want anybody to know, So yeah, I am sensing a little bit of that, because there is some stress and anxiety over something that you are hiding. Because when that Moon card, I mean, this is deep. This is something that goes really, really deep. It's not something you want to share. And I'm just wondering whether or not it does come out, because I do have this Page of Swords. So I'm just wondering whether somebody might say something about your little secret that now just kind of sends you a little spiraling, like, why did they do that? So I'm definitely feeling, something could come to the forefront this weekend that you were really trying not to have happen. But listen, I think it brings a lot of clarity and order. A lot of times I feel like, when we have these secrets, we don't want people to know for different reasons, shame, or, it's just, you just don't want people to know, whatever. And I just feel like once this comes out, you can really deal with it, all right? So maybe you're not happy that someone says something. Maybe you decide you finally have to step up and say something. But regardless, I do feel like, this stress and anxiety, it's time. It's time to let it go. Whatever it is that's been bothering you, this would be a good weekend to find some way to release that, all right? Jamjaya, you don't understand what I am doing. Maybe somebody in the chat can explain what I'm doing. I am reading tarot. All right. So I just, get these messages from the cards, and just kind of put them out there. And maybe it makes sense and maybe it doesn't. Anyway, that's what I'm doing here. All right. Grateful, thankful. Look, we got 12-12. So far I've had 7-7 and 12-12. So the numbers today in my world are looking pretty good. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. I am moving on to my Scorpio, so I am almost done with the zodiac signs. And once I finish with this, then I'm going to turn my attention to you guys, and we're just going to pull tarot for you, all right? So grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, let's see what's going on for my Scorpios for this upcoming weekend. What can you expect, Scorpio, from this weekend? All right, let's see. All right, Scorpio, we have the Seven of Swords reversed to the Hierophant to the Two of Cups reversed. So a real disconnect. Or if you're not in a partnership, this probably won't resonate with you. But we've got the Hierophant sitting right smack dab in the middle. And I just feel as if there is, a lot of times the Seven of Swords can bring up arguing and just trying to figure out what's really going on, because there could be some sneaking around. I mean, there's just a lot of noise between the two of you. And I feel like this weekend, there could be, like I said, a lot of noise between you and your person. I just feel like you're not on the same page. And here, these two people are lined up agreeing to something. And here, these are two people that are not agreeing to what this person says. So I don't feel like you're going to find a solution this weekend, Scorpio. I think, if anything, the reality of the differences on how you view things with another person really becomes clear. You know, because I just feel as if, you know, the Hierophant is like the higher spirit, a higher institution. It could be where you work. It could be about, you know, what you believe in. And I just feel like this weekend, you realize that, you know, I don't know whether or not we're ever going to agree, you know. So maybe this weekend, Scorpio, agree to disagree, and you all will feel much better at the end of the day. All right. Is it astrology? No, it's not astrology, but it is metaphysical. You know, it's just, you know, a way of divination. All right. All right, let's move on to my Sagittarians. Saggies, what's going on for all my... Oh, this card wanted to come out. So we've got the Seven of Swords. So a need to bring some kind of peace to a situation this weekend might be in order for some of my Sagittarians. But let's get a few more cards out and see what that was all about. It just really popped out, so I had to read it. All right, so we got the Chariot, we got the Ace of Swords coming in reverse, and we have the Knight of Cups. So, you know, being the Sagittarian that you are, you probably want to go somewhere, right? Chariot, let's go somewhere. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. I feel like someone doesn't want to do it. Maybe they say that they want to go somewhere with you and then they don't. I'm just feeling like there's a little deception. If you were making plans with someone and then they just kind of, you know, back out, I mean, that's kind of situation I'm feeling. You know, because the plans were, we were going to go and now we're not. Disappointment. I do. I feel like there is some disappointment. The Knight of Cups, when they come up reversed, I mean, honest to God, you know, this is, you know, this Knight of Cups, they're not serious, all right? They just want to have a good time. But, you know, I just feel like they don't want to go and they're not telling you and they may just dodge out. So if you were making plans to go somewhere with someone, I don't see that it might turn out too good. Listen, go anyway. You know, you don't need somebody to go and have a good time. But I just feel like there is an energy around someone who's not being very, very honest with you. And here I'm seeing you as this Queen of Cups, not really knowing how to handle it, all right? So maybe just getting away would be a solution. All right, Sag, but that's what I got for you this weekend. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Doris. Long time you haven't seen me. I've been coming on, doing the best I can. Absolutely, Jenny. I'll get you a reading. Not to worry. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Capricorns. Welcome in, everyone. I'm almost finished with this segment where I read for all the zodiac signs, and then I'm going to point my attention to you guys. Let's hit the bell. Clear the energy. All right, let's see what's going on for my Cappies for this weekend. We have the Ten of Cups coming in reverse, Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the High Priestess. All right, so family. I just feel like when we have the Ten of Cups, you know, there could be opportunities that come up that, you know, would make the family a little bit happier. I'm just feeling like there is some family dynamic that is going on this weekend that's a little stressed. It could be over money. Maybe some people want to go somewhere and then you can't go anywhere because you just don't have the money. You know, here with the Ace of Pentacles, though, coming in reversed, you know, maybe you wanted to have the opportunity to take your family somewhere. And I think intuitively, you know, it's just not good. You know, maybe you don't have enough money. Maybe it's not the right time. You know, I just feel like, you know, even though we would have liked to have done something, it's just not going to manifest. What's at the bottom of the deck? Because I feel like the bigger problem isn't so much, you know, you guys not being able to go do something that you would really love to do. I feel like there's somebody that could put a monkey wrench in it, because I do have a King of Swords at the bottom of the deck coming in reverse to the Empress reverse. So I'm just wondering whether or not, you know, you set off and like, we're going to have this really great weekend. And then, you know, you got this person who is just not happy, not wanting to go, not wanting to do this. We're going to stay home. I mean, because I'm wondering whether some of you were thinking about maybe going out camping to the mountains or something like that. I don't know. But somebody is going to put a monkey wrench in this weekend, Capricorn. So, and I think you knew, in the High Priestess, I think you knew that, you know, that's what was going to end up happening. So, you know, when this king shows up, nobody's happy, all right? Not even him. You know, so I think you knew that, you know, something's just not going to come through. And, you know, this weekend may end up being just a wash. Let's see. Pull one more card. See, you know, listen, focus on something that you do well, a craft, a hobby, you know, just so that you can recover from this energy. And I think, you know, with this and this ace showing up that, you know, there's a potential that maybe this will lead to something, you know, down the road. But for now, this weekend, Capricorn, it is saying, just do your work, just do your thing, all right? And you really like to do that, so that's what you can do. Hi, Melrose. All right, let's see. Aquarius, we're doing Aquarius and Pisces. And then I'm turning to the chat. Almost there. Let's see what's going on for all my Aquarians for this upcoming weekend. Grateful, thankful for all my Aquarians. What can you tell me to tell my Aquas? What's the topic today? The topic is the weekend. We are reading for the energy for all signs for the weekend. And now we are on Aquarius. Gerson Fernandez. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Welcome in, you guys. Nice to see you guys in the chat. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Aquarians. Are you ready? Here it comes. All right, Aquarius, we have, you know, I feel like you might be needing to guide somebody this weekend. All right, here we have this energy. It looks like a mother guiding a child, you know, and you know, but if not all of us have children, right? So, you know, I'm just feeling like maybe somebody could use a little guidance because here we have the 5 of Pentacles coming in reversed. I've got the 7 of Pentacles also coming in reversed. You know, I just feel like, you know, you need to get out there. You know, if something that you've been doing, Aquarius, has been really stressful and you haven't been, you know, really happy, get out there, all right? Because I feel like you've put a lot of energy into something. It's not working for you. Rather than sit there and feel sorry for yourself, I think you should just get up and go treat yourself, all right? You know, you're moving out of this energy of not having what you need. All right. And yeah, you gave a lot of energy into it, but I think it's not going to get you down. I think what you need to do is just push forward, you know, surrender to whatever it is and say, I'm not doing this weekend. I'm just not, you know, and I think you'll feel better because if you don't, I feel like, you know, you're going to feel bad that you gave energy to, again, to a situation that has left you without what you need. All right. And you don't want to do that because we got the Wheel of Fortune here at the bottom of the deck. And below that is the Knight of Wands. Go out, enjoy yourself, all right? You know, it didn't work, whatever it was. Move on from it. And I think you are truly ready to get out of this place where you were feeling a little lonely and a little lost and, you know, turn yourself around. And the best way to do that, honestly, is get out there. You know, go out there and experience something new. Look in the paper and see what's coming up and what shows or what's in a museum or, you know, anything, you know. Just get out there, explore, and have some fun. It'll do you a world of good this weekend, Aquarius. All right, let's see. Last but not least, Pisces. Manisha, welcome in. Nice to see you. Pamela, nice to see you too. Ciara. Wow, you have what a name. Ciara. It's actually really, really a cool name. Ciara Awad Ahmed Hamor. Is that what it is? Cool. Just a really, really cool name. Hey, Lord Joseph, welcome in. We're going to have some fun this weekend. Thanks for the 5 spot, Lord. Really, really, really appreciate your contributions and just send in a nice 5 now and then. Buy me a cup of coffee. You know, it's funny because I don't drink coffee in the morning, but I will go out in the afternoon and have a cup of coffee. So thanks, Lord Joseph, for that 5. All right, let's see what's going on for my Pisces. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Pisces. Pisces, what do we look like for this weekend? Oh, you know, some things are turned around. I mean, literally, I'm feeling some things are turned around. Not just my cards, but in your world. So let's see what that means. Let's look at the energies for this weekend. All right, Pisces, let's see. Grateful, thankful. Pisces, the Justice card, the Empress card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lovers reversed. Yeah, you know, I feel like there is this real need. Some of you might be pregnant. I don't know, but we got a pregnant Pisces out there. We got the Empress here. We got the Queen of Pentacles, you know, so sometimes this could be, you know, you thinking about the baby if you are having a baby. You know, maybe you are, you know, going to have this child on your own. The Lover's card has come up reversed. You know, and here we have the Justice card. So, you know, it could be a rough weekend here, you know, because you have to deal with how you're feeling. You know, and listen, hormones, all right? Let's chalk it up to hormones right now. You're not getting along with your person. You know, things don't seem like they're going as well as they are. You know, let's just kind of take a breath this weekend. If you can take some time on your own, all right, because you guys are not getting along, because there is this real need to find balance. Some of you may be considering divorce, whether or not you know, want to be with this person, and especially if you are carrying a child, all right? And I keep getting that strongly, that there's a Pisces out there, you know, that is, you know, not happy. I mean, we got the Three of Cups coming in here, reverse. So I don't feel like it's a weekend to go out, all right, for any Pisces, whether you're pregnant or not pregnant, because I'm just feeling like it's just not that kind of energy this weekend. We also have the Two of Pentacles. Maybe you can't really afford to go out this weekend, you know, but I'm just feeling like there is a situation that, you know, how can you fix it? All right. Maybe, you know, this lover here doesn't get along with any of your friends. I mean, I'm just feeling trouble this weekend when it comes to, you know, you and your person, whether you're agreeing or not agreeing. And the Two of Pentacles says, I can't pretend that this is working for me. I'm trying to do everything I can. You know, so yeah, I'm just feeling like for some Pisces out there, this would be a weekend that, you know, maybe just take the time to be on your own. All right. With the Three of Cups coming in reverse, it's not, you know, do you really feel like socializing? This kind of tells me no. And especially if, you know, you can't really afford it, and, you know, you may not be able to afford it through time and money. And honestly, and right now, you know, the way you're feeling about your person, I think it's better to be introspective than to be out there trying to figure out, you know, how to make yourself happy. Just think about things right now, because I feel like a big decision is looming for some of my Pisces, especially when it comes to their relationship with their partner. All right, so that's what I got for everyone for this upcoming weekend. There's that Mother card again for you Pisces. Yeah, there could be someone coming in. Anyway. You've been having a lot of arguments. Yeah, I mean, you know, space is a great healer. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes people say, I need space. Yeah, you need space. You need to think before you say something that you regret, right? All right, listen. Let's shift the energies to all you guys. Let's burn a little cedar here. Clear up what's going on. Look at you guys. Start throwing cards. Yeah, and answering some questions out here. So I have to say, my apologies if I don't get to your questions. And sometimes, you know, you put your question in a few times and you're like, Raven, when are you going to answer my question? Listen, sometimes that chat starts spinning and it starts rolling, and I'm doing the best I can over here. And if I don't answer your question, so be it. You know, come back. You know, I do this out of the goodness of my heart. I ask for nothing in return. You know, so just understand that there's an awful lot of you guys out there. And as I get busy, I'm happy to say that, as I get busier, it gets, you know, more and more challenging to kind of answer everybody's questions. But I stay on here a good amount of time, and I try to get as many done as I can. So anyway, the Storytime Kitchen has just walked in. I almost called you Chicken again. I gotta just call you Story. All right, let's see what is going on. Who can I read for? Let's start with my friend Jenny Cozy's Corner. Take care of my moderators out there. Keeping my chat nice and clean. Keeping those trolls away. So listen, Jenny would like a love reading for the week ahead. What can you tell me to tell Jenny about her love life this weekend? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Jenny's Cozy Corner. What can you tell me to tell Jenny? All right. Listen, we got the Three of Pentacles, the Empress, And the sun, I have to tell you, you ask about a love relationship. I don't know if you're involved with anybody at work, but you got some really great cards when it comes to doing your thing and being happy, Jenny. We've got you coming up here with the Six of Pentacles. Oh, no, not the Six, the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is really an interesting card because it says, you do well working with someone. So maybe this person this week, it would be really good because I think you could really come up with something creative. I mean, the Empress is about birthing something new into creation. And I just wonder with a collaborative energy with you and your person, I think you guys are going to, I got chills, Jenny. I think you guys are going to come up with something really amazing where possibly, you can work from home with your kids. I don't know if you are pregnant, but we do see children here, and I see you working at home and you're happy. And so I'm just wondering whether you are going to collaborate in such a form with someone. I just got chills. I'm just happy for you because I think it's going to work really great. You're going to have a great week, Jenny. Anyway, I like it. I like it. Taurus, you got a question? You've been AWOL for a while. I'd love to read for you. Let's see, Taurus, you got a question? Put it in there. Let's see. And while I wait for yours, let's see. You mentioned your husband's a Pisces. That's Leela. I was just about to call your name, so thank you for the £3. Really grateful. General reading for Shivani, right? Right, that's Leela? Your name's Shivani, right? I remembered. Yeah, nice read for you, Jenny. Nice read. All right, let's see. Shivani, general reading for Shivani. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Shivani while we wait for Doris. Doris, you're next. Put your question in. All right, let's see, Shivani, what's going on for you? A general card reading for you. Listen, emotionally, I think you're going to need to kind of calm down a little bit. I see you as this Queen of Cups coming in reverse. It could be over a situation that you don't get because we do have this Ace of Pentacles coming in reversed to the Justice card reversed. I mean, it could be a situation that you just don't feel like it was fair. And I think you're a little confused as a result of that. Shivani, let's pull one more card for you. Yeah, I mean, 10, I think you've done an awful lot to get to where you are, and then when you don't get the opportunity that you were really hoping for, I think it throws you a little bit. Shivani, I do. And then with this 10 of Wands, it almost shows you that maybe what you need to do is leave it alone, maybe what you need to do is just, let go of it. Because it's not, I mean, emotionally it has affected you. All right, Shivani, whatever this unfairness is, whether it's at work or somebody around you. I'm feeling like it could be work, but listen, I think it brings reality because you were carrying a lot here. Look, you're even dropping some sticks over here because there was so much coming down on you. And I think it's gotten to get to you a little bit. All right, Shivani, so this week, let's just take care of ourselves. Focus on you, focus on what you need, things like that, so that you can kind of bring that balance back into your life. All right, Shivani? The Storytime Kitchen, thank you for the $1.99. Thanks for the love, sending it right back to you. Nice to see you, Storytime. Really nice to see you. All right, let's see. Doris, how's it going for you? Am I going to be all right this week, especially at work and at home? All right, let's check in with Doris. Grateful, thankful. There's Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for Doris. Going through a lot of things. Just want to know if it's all going to clear up. Let's find out. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Doris. Thanks for the $1.99, the 3. Really grateful. Just did. Lorraine, always nice to see you. Candy Apple, nice to have you back. All right, we are trying to find out if things are going to improve for Doris. Things have been rough. Let's see. I got the feeling things are getting fixed, whether it's behind the scenes. Yeah. So listen, I feel as if you are going to hear some good news. All right. Right now, look at Doris. You're coming out as the Queen of Swords, coming upside down. The Queen of Swords upside down is not happy. Things aren't working. Things should be better. I'm really angry. I'm a little pissed. And then I feel like you hear some good news. All right. I like that you hear some good news. Do not be afraid to sit and process, all right? With this Hermit card coming in, Taurus, I really feel like you need to take the time to really trust the inner wisdom you have, the experiences you have to move forward. And I think with hearing this news, it might just be what you need, all right? In order for you to kind of check out what it is you really need to like do next. So I feel like the worst is over right now. Yeah, because look, we got the Ace of Wands coming indoors. I think last week, if you had a bad week last week, I had a horrible week. So I don't know if anybody else did. I feel like this coming week, the news you hear is exactly what you needed. All right. So I feel like whether this is through the grapevine or somebody actually calls you up and tells you something, it's just what you need. Because when we have the Page of Wands, this is about like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to make some moves and open up the doors. And there'll be more options for, resolution and freedom and all of that. So yeah, I'm feeling like, for the most part, the worst is over for you right now, Doris. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that is truly what's going to happen. All right, let's see. Who's next in line? Lorraine. How will I do tomorrow for my new live stream and weekend? Oh, you're going to go live? Fingers crossed. Good stuff for you, Lorraine, right? Let's see. What's going to happen? She's going live. What's the weekend look like for Lorraine specifically? Listen, it's not easy going live. This is not easy. Right? It took me years to get up the courage to get on here. So I applaud you because I know. All right, Lorraine, let's find out. Let's find out, Lorraine. How will you do with your live stream this weekend? What's it looking like? King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. I like it. All right, listen, everything's in order. All right, when we have the King of Swords energy, I think you are ready. Be careful, all right, when you go live, because this guy is so serious, all right? Like, don't be afraid to play a little bit, Be yourself, all right? Relax a little bit, because I see that, good things are coming. So yeah, let's kind of relax a little bit and just not kind of worry too much. And listen, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. I've made a lot of mistakes. We just kind of go through it. We're human. We're going to do that. So yeah, I do feel like your live stream has a good energy to moving forward. So I like that because I think you're ready. When it comes to the weekend overall, though, you're going to be on the fence as to whether or not you want to do this. Because the Two of Wands here, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I really want to do this, but then you're not. Listen, just do it. All right, just do it. And if you have the power of turning it off, just know that, all right? At any moment, you can pull off, and then you can come back on again. All right, Lorraine, but really grateful for that. Yeah, you too, Doris. Lots of blessings to all you guys. All right, the Storytime Kitchen. You would love to know if the person you're thinking of will come back, at least, even if it takes a while. All right, let's find out for the Storytime Kitchen. What about this person? What can you tell me to tell this person? Sinja, is that you who just walked in? Welcome in. Hi. All right, let's see. The Storytime Kitchen. You would love to know if the person that they're thinking of will come back. Yes or no? Upright for yes, reversed for no. What can you tell me to tell the story time? Oh, this card wanted to stay out. Look at that. I think they're coming back. All right, this is stability. And I think they see you as being very, very stable. And, you're here looking at this coin, I think they know that, you want them back or you want to hear from them. But yes, I do feel like, even if it takes a while, yeah, see, they're still in this hermit stage. They're still not, they're going to come out, they're going to come back. And I think, it's really nice, the fact that they have been taking the time And you know, the Hermit card is reversed. So, you know, in this reading, I'm almost wondering whether, you know, they're going to be ready to come out of whatever solitude that they've been in, processing whatever. But I definitely feel like they are going to come back, you know, and I think it'll be a little while because, you know, the Hermit's reversed. A Hermit, you know, they're not going to move real quick, you know, and then we have the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So they're processing. They are definitely processing. All right, so we'll see where that goes, you know, because, you know, they're definitely sitting on the fence. I'm just wondering whether or not there was a situation between you and this person. I mean, the Ten of Swords coming in reverse tells me it's not over. But there has been a lot that has gone on between the two of you that you can't pretend it didn't happen, all right? But eventually, I think there will be movement between the two of you. All right, so that's what I got for you, the Storytime Kitchen. And again with the chicken. I need a really good chicken recipe from you. That's what I'm feeling. You know, I don't eat a lot of chicken. I don't eat a lot of meat in general, but, you know, I will eat chicken. Divine Intelligence. What a beautiful name. Happy Friday to you. Amy, you wanted to know the future of your married life? Is there going to be a reunion with your husband? Ooh, let's find out. Grateful, thankful for Amy. Amy's got a question. Amy would like to know, let me see if I can pull up here. The future of your married life. Is there going to be a reunion with her husband? What's the story with this marriage? Grateful, thankful for Amy's energy. What can you tell me to tell Amy? Listen, I think it's going to turn around. All right, we have the Strength card. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning, a new opportunity. You know, and the fact that we have the Strength card coming in, I like this because, you know, you guys have a lot, you have a lot of strength between the two of you. You guys have glue, all right? A lot of times in my relationship readings, you know, it's like, do we have glue to stick it through or we don't, you know? I mean, I feel like you guys do have some glue. So, yes, I do feel, Amy, that he is going to come back and quite possibly with a brand new offer and a new beginning, right? So, do not give up just yet. Like I said earlier, sometimes people just need the space. All right, let's see. Who else out there would like a reading? Let me see. Let's see who's still out there. How about Candy Apple? Are you still out there? No? All right, well, you know, if you guys are done, then I will be done, and I will look forward. You got a chicken recipe from Christopher Walken. I would love that one. Divine Intelligence with such a beautiful name. Can I pull a card for you? Grateful, thankful. Just a general card. See what the energies have to say for you. Yes, no, maybe. And if I don't get any more responses, I'm going to bop off of here and move on my way and begin my weekend. Like I said, I got somebody checking out my car today. So fingers crossed that my car is going to be okay. All right. There's something going on in the axles, so I'm afraid to drive it until that gets fixed. Anyway, Cat77. You're welcome, Amy. Welcome in. All right, you guys. Since no more questions are coming through. Oh, wait, Lorraine. Okay, please pull a card for today. Lorraine needs a card for today. Let's see what Lorraine's card is for the day. Tarot today for Lorraine Bosque. What can you tell me to tell Lorraine for today? You want a card too, Kat? All right. Because I'm still here, I'll still read. All right, let's see, Lorraine, your card for the day. What is Lorraine's card for the day? Tay-Tay, welcome in. Ooh, the Hierophant. This is a great energy. All right, so today I feel like you are in aligned with whatever spirit institution or whatever. The Hierophant, I mean, I like it because I feel like it's a really good day. I feel like you are truly aligned with your mind, your body, and your spirit today. So stick with that. That's a great card to have, Lorraine. I like it. I really do, because I feel as if you're feeling really tuned to your own energy. And if you have been feeling a little confused as to what to do in a partnership, I think today you are going to find the real answers that you are looking for. You know, because if you've been dealing with something a little troublesome, you know, between you and your partner, because the Hierophant can indicate a marriage. And I do see the Two of Cups here coming in reversed, and I see this Two of Swords coming in reversed as well. I mean, there's been some confusion, and I just feel like today you start to gain some clarity and some truth about your situation, so that you can have a brand new start. I know that was more than one card, but that's just how it is. Just how I roll, people. All right, let's see. Cat 77 was looking for a card. Grateful, thankful. How are you, Tay-Tay? Welcome in. I love you guys with these fun names. They're just fun to say. The ones that I can say. And then the ones I can't say. Those aren't so fun, but we muddle through. All right, Cat 777. May you have that luck of the cat, the intuition of the cat, the luck of the Irish. Good luck all around. What can you tell me to tell Cat? What's her card? Give me a card for Cat 777. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Cat 777. All right, we got the Seven of Swords coming out for you, Cat. So this is interesting energy. I'm just wondering whether there's someone you're involved with that could be sneaking around. If your intuition, that cat intuition is thinking about that, there could be some sneaking around here. You know, I just feel like, wow, you're sleeping. Maybe somebody's doing something because this dog is sleeping. You're being really, really loyal to the situation. And this person is taking off. Now, with the Seven of Swords, though, I am going to say, on the flip side, this is a card that says we've got to find some answers. We've got to find a solution. And if you're going to be sneaking out and running away, then we need to deal with that. And if, you know, there is something else that is going on, the Seven of Swords is wanting you to, you know, not get distracted by all of the things that go in around, and let's deal with the core issues so that we can finally move forward. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Cat 777. All right, let me read for Tay-Tay first, Doris, and then I'll go back to you, all right? Grateful, thankful for Tay-Tay. Always like it when Tay-Tay comes in, because I like to say that name. Welcome in, Tay-Tay. It's great to see you here. We got DNA in the house. Hey, DNA. All right, let's see, Tay-Tay, what's coming out for you? General reading for Tay-Tay. What can you tell me? One more shuffle to tell Tay-Tay. Don't forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Twan, Taylor, welcome in. All right, listen, Tay-Tay, we've got, you know, the moon card coming in reverse. So deep feelings are coming to the surface. Secrets might come up to the surface. So if you got any of those, you know, you may want to do some, you know, what do they call that? I don't know. Get ready, you know. Anyway, deep feelings, deep emotions are coming to the surface, Tay-Tay. And I feel like, you know, you need to follow them. You need to honor them, all right, whatever these emotions are. Because a lot of times we bury things deep inside of us. And this moon card wants you to come out of your shell, right, and not be afraid, because something's been blocking you, all right. And it could be a fear. You know, a lot of times the moon card can bring fear, you know, because these are deep things that we are hiding. But I feel like it's been blocking you, and it's time for you to kind of let that go. All right, Tay-Tay, and really, you know, acknowledge those parts inside of you that you might keep hidden, because I think there is a lot more to you. And there could be somebody, Tay-Tay, we've got the Knight of Cups coming out, male, female, it doesn't matter to me. But I feel like you might have some really deep feelings for someone, and guess what? They might have them back for you, all right? So, yeah. Let's go in that direction for you, all right, Tay-Tay? Great cards. All right, let's see. Dina. Hi, DNA. Nice to see you. All right, wait. I was going to go back to Doris. There was a question about her son. Will your son decide to go back to school? Yeah, Pamela, I'll pull one for you. All right, let's see, Doris. Let's find out whether or not your son decides to go back to school. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Doris's son. Wondering whether or not he's going to pick up those books and open them again. Yes or no? I got a feeling he's not. All right, but let's see what the cards are going to say. Let's hope I am wrong, all right? It's just I saw that that Knight of Pentacles reversed. I'm like, oh, that someone doesn't want to go back to school. You know, look, I think he's ready. You know, here we have the Knight of Cups. You know, this is about making an offer. This is about doing something they love. You know, so, you know, I'm getting a strong yes. I'm feeling like, yeah, you know, maybe it's finally time. But, you know, the fact that I'm so indecisive here, I think he's been very indecisive as to whether or not, and he continues. Because I don't know if he believes he can do it, all right? Because this is the Magician reversed. I don't think, you know, as much as he wants to go back to school, I don't think he believes in himself. And he needs to, all right? He does. He needs to. Because look, if he goes back to school, he's going to be really happy he did. All right? So I would just encourage that side of him, Doris, and say, look, if you do this, you are going to be really, really happy. You can even show him me saying, if you do this, you're going to be really, really happy, all right? And maybe that will help. All right, Doris, but yeah, sitting on the fence, trying. All right, let's see, who is the other one? Pamela. You want a card? Grateful, thankful for Pamela. Nice to see you, Pamela. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, like Storytime Kitchen is saying. Yeah, help me out. You know, I'm really lucky. I don't get a lot of trolls. I don't have a lot of, you know, negativity coming into my chat. And I really am grateful for that because it keeps the vibration high. And, you know, when we're all having a good time, you know, we want to stick around, right? All right, Pamela, let's see. Card just for Pamela Turner. What can you tell me? Right? Good read for Doris. Grateful, thankful for Pamela. All right, Pamela, I'm getting some chills, so I feel like this is definitely a message for you coming through, and the chills continue. Look, can you see? Like, it's crazy. All right, Pamela, let's see what's going on for you. All right, Pamela, there is a need for you to open up around your feelings with someone, all right? Because here, I feel like you've been holding back, all right? We've got the Four of Pentacles, and we got the Two of Cups coming in reversed, all right? There is something that you need to open up to in regards to a partnership that you are involved in, something, you know? And I'm just feeling like it is definitely time, Pamela, for you to, you know, not be afraid to come out and say what you need to say, all right? There is definitely something you've been holding back. We got the Moon card coming back again. It's reversed, you know, so things are starting to surface, and I think you can't hold it back anymore. When we have this energy of the Four of Pentacles, this is us, you know, protecting ourselves, protecting the little bit that we have, because this is all I've got. And I think when it comes to a relationship, you may have opened up more than, you know, you normally do. And maybe you're starting to now feel these feelings that have come up as a result of that. But deep feelings are surfacing, definitely, Pamela, in regards to a partnership that you are involved with. And it's really time. It's honestly, with two cards coming up saying it is time for you to open up and let whatever it is out and say what you got to say. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better. All right? So that's what I've got for all of you guys. I hope that resonated. Thanks so much for being a part of my channel. I mean, I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. I really like coming back here. And, you know, just an FYI, my life is about to shift in a new direction because I picked up a job because I'm so broke and I need to fix my cars. And you know how that all goes, right? So anyway, my schedule will shift. One thing I told myself was I will not give up my channel. All right, so I'm just going to have to reorganize it, redevelop it a little bit, change it up. So if you don't see me in the mornings or around lunchtime this time, you know, look for me a little later in the day. All right, because I promise you I will come back. And somehow, some way, I'm going to make it work. But a little bit of patience with me as I readjust my schedule and my life. I'm just feeling good things are happening to me right now, and I need to accept the opportunities that fall in my lap because I have struggled. And I don't want to struggle anymore. I just don't. So anyway, I'm going to cry. I don't want to cry. I'm going to get off before I do. Anyway, really grateful. But listen, I got this wonderful recipe coming in here. Salted chicken. Stand it on a bottle, surround it by peeled pears, roast the whole thing. Ooh. wait, screenshot. We got to screenshot this one. So, all right, screenshot. Okay, good. All right, story time. I got that. Thank you so much. I'm going to try that because we are coming into harvest season. The pears are going to be coming out here. All right, quickly though, I do see there are a couple people here while I was doing my little thing. Let me pull. Thanks, Lorraine, for the $1.99. Really appreciate that. Let's see, who was it? Pamela, Giovanni. You want a general reading, but there was another one. Who's the other one? Oh, Chan. All right, Giovanni and Chan, you guys are up next. All right, let's see how this rolls. All right, Giovanni. A general reading for Giovanni. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Giovanni. What can you tell me to tell this Italian? 1974. Giovanni from 1974. You're a little younger than my brother. All right, general reading for Giovanni. What can you tell me to tell Giovanni? Grateful, thankful for the messages. All right, Giovanni, I like this. You know, you've got the strength card. I think you can get people to do anything you want them to do. I mean, really, with this strength card, I mean, this is one of those things. And the energy of the strength card, I mean, this is a woman who can put her hand into a lion's mouth, tame the wild beast sort of thing. So I'm just feeling like, listen, if you need people to do things for you, you have the ability, I think, to get them to do whatever you need them to do. So use your strengths. Don't be afraid to tap into those sides of yourself that might be a little different, because I think there you have some strengths. So anyway, a great, great card that I think is going to take you very, very far. I love the strength card for you. Very positive. All right, let's see. Chana, where are you? Hello, Chana. You took your card, your message, but I saw it, Chana. So if you still want me to read a card, let me know before I pop off. But thank you so much, Lorraine, for the $1.99 added to my coffee fund. Hi, Naz. Will you ever do government job in life? Oh, I don't know. Let's find out. John, ask your question. Come back. All right, I'm going to read for Naz and see whether or not you come back. All right, John, because I saw you come in at the beginning. Your new name on my chat, and I want to honor you. I'm really grateful that you took the time to come in and even type a message up. All right, so Naz, while we wait, let's see what's going on about your government job. Will you ever get this government job that you wanted in life? Grateful, thankful for the government job for Naz. Let's find out. All right, let's see. You know, we've got the World card coming up. Yeah, I feel like, you know, if you want a government job that really kind of puts you in touch in a more like international level, I mean, I feel like you get your wish. I mean, this is a genie, for crying out loud, Naz. I mean, come on, the genie's giving you a wish. It says, what is your wish? Your wish is my command. So I like this, Naz. I do feel like, yes, you will one of these days get that government job that you really want. And I feel like it's one that will take you around the world. You know, I got more chills. I'm just feeling like it, Naz. This is really a good combination. Don't give up. You know, if this is your dream and this is what you want, pursue it, because I feel like this genie's ready to give you your wish. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, listen, what happened to Chan? Chan, where are you? Or is it Sean? I don't know. Sean. Oh, my goodness. Soon, or will it take time? Let me find out. Let me see, because I wasn't getting a read. You know, the 9 of Cups could be 9 weeks, 9 months, 9 years. I mean, let's see if I can get... Time is so funny with tarot. So let's see what I get right now is for time. 4. You know, I'm wondering anywhere between 4 to 9 months, possibly. Because I do feel like, you know, maybe more towards springtime. It could possibly happen. Whatever it is, do not give up, because I definitely see that if you really pursue this, look at you. You come out so happy. This is what you want, all right? This is what you want. And I feel like, you know, probably within 4 to 6 months, 4 to 9 months, you know, it could be weeks, months, years, all right? That's the best I can tell you right now. But I definitely see it coming. And honestly, I'm feeling more like next year. I think 2025 has honestly prepared us for 2026. So all of the stuff that we've been going through, I mean, I've been going through a lot. I don't know about you guys, but, you know, it's all here to change and open up the doors for 2026. Year of the snake, we are shedding our skin and really stepping into our power. So I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. Hi, Maria. Girl Gone. Girl Gone Duffner. How are you? Shri, welcome in. See, just when I think I'm going to leave. Oh, my goodness. Girl Gone. How do we get a reading? Well, I'm calling your name, so, you know, if you want a reading, put your question in the chat, all right? There you are. Yeah, see, how do we get a read? Put your question, Girl Gone, in the chat, all right? And I'll pull a card for you. Meanwhile, while you do that, I'm going back to Shri. We're going to find out how Ashish feels for you. All right, Shri, you need to stop spamming the comments, because if you do one more time, I will not pull a card for you. You pulled one more time, Shri. So I'm going to put you on hold, all right? Because one thing I don't want is people to really kind of push and, you know, do all of that. You know, I see you. I do the best I can. If I don't get to your reading, come back. You know, you really want to get my attention, throw $1 up there. That big box comes up. You know, so listen. You know, Shri, I'm going to put you on the back burner. I know. The new people here got to know. So I am going to take another question before I answer yours, Shri, but hang in there, all right? And I'll let you know the current feelings for you. All right, let's see. Girl, where are you? Girl Gone Duffer, where'd you go? Maria, let's look at you while we wait for... While we wait for Girl Gone Duffner. Is that what it is? Girl Gone Duffner. All right, let's see. What is going on for Maria? Jaber's feelings for you. Hi, Frozen Lake. Ooh, strong feelings. Look at that. I think he'd let you do anything you want. Look at these cards. Oh, my gosh. Look at these cards. All right, Maria, come on. Listen, Jabber, whatever their name is, this person, they'll do anything for you. They adore you. They love you. Listen, this is a good combination. You know, I mean, you could get him to do anything you want. So get him to do anything you want, all right? Great reading for you, Maria. All right, Girl Gone Duffner. Oh, you gave me a 5 spot. Thank you. Thank you. What a nice gift. Been sensing a presence around you. Who is it? Oh, immediately a female I got. Ooh, yep, chills on that one. Who is this presence around Girl Gone Duffner? Grateful, thankful. Yeah, Maria, listen, even more hearts. All right, Girl Gone, let's find out. What is this presence that you are sensing around you? Ooh, I wonder. Interesting. I'm feeling like it's somebody from your past, all right? Because there's like, it's this feeling of somebody from your past where it didn't work out. And then here again, we have this 8 of Pentacles. Again, an energy around something just wasn't working. So whatever this is, oh yeah, again, the 6 of Pentacles. Well, definitely someone from your past is what I'm sensing. Why are they doing this? They want another opportunity. So this feeling that you have, it's about someone wanting you back. All right, we've got a lot of pentacles. You know, they want a new start. Somebody wants a new start with you. And I think you're sensing this, and this is what you're picking up. But I did pick up a female, you know, like, I don't know if you have like your grandma or your mom. I am sensing like spiritually there is a female, but more on this level, you know, here on earth plane, definitely sensing somebody from your past where it didn't work out, or an opportunity from your past. I feel like it's coming back. Somebody wants a new start with you. Definitely wants a new start with you. I don't know whether you're going to give it to them, but they definitely want it. But that's the best I got for you, Girl Gone Duffner. And thank you so much for the 5. I hope that helps in whatever capacity it does. All right, listen, I want to go back to Shri. you know, because she apologized and, you know, I took a couple questions. So, Shri, if you're still out there, I am going to shuffle my deck and find out how Ashish feels about you. Current energies for Shri B. Shri B. All right, Shri, here we come. Grateful, thankful for you, for your energy, for what you do here. Shri really needs to know the current feelings of Ashish towards her. What can you tell me to tell Shri? All right, listen, we got the Four of Pentacles. You know, he really wants to open up to you. You know, and I think he wants to go places. I mean, you know, either, let me get one more card. Yeah, I think, you know, there is this opportunity that the two of you, you know, if he would open up, I mean, you guys could go far. And look how happy you would be. You would have kids and everything. But he needs to open up. And I think he's starting to maybe see that he can open up a little bit. I like it. Bottom of the deck. The thing is you need to soften a little bit. All right, Shri. Sometimes, you know, and I had actually had a man tell me this, that they were scared of me, you know, and sometimes I think you can come off a little cold, a little reserved, you know, and that kind of pulls them back. So soften up a little bit. I do see that maybe the two of you can take off and take a journey. That would be really, really good. But I think it's a good connection if he would open up and you would soften. All right, Shri. That's what I've got for the two of you. And listen, if you have an opportunity to go somewhere with them, I mean, you know, you could say, hey, what if we went away for the weekend? I mean, it doesn't have to be a long thing, you know, and in going away and creating these memories and traveling, you know, I mean, put your phone away, you know, talk to each other. I see happiness. I do see happiness, you know, so sometimes we have to initiate that, right? Anyway. What's your secret, Maria? Really? Frozen Lake. Frozen Lake. Let's address you. You want general guidance for your career. Amima, let's find out. Grateful, thankful for Frozen Lake. Needs a little bit of guidance for career. What can you tell me to tell Frozen Lake? All right, I'm back. All right, let's see. Who was I reading for? Frozen Lake. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Am I back? Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, we had a phone call come in, so whenever the phone comes in, it just shuts me down on my live. All right, Frozen Lake, this card is for you. General guidance for your career. All right, Two of Cups coming in reverse, Nine of Cups. All right, so I'm feeling like when it comes to your career, there is almost a hiccup here because it's like it's not a good match, all right? So when it comes to your career, honestly, I'm feeling you might be going after the wrong career. Maybe not the whole career, but the avenue that you are taking, because I do see that, you know, moving forward, there is something that you're going to really enjoy doing that would include, you know, traveling, maybe even air travel, because this guy, you know, can indicate, you know, really being out there. So I'm just feeling like there is a better job for you. There's a better direction for you to go in with your career. And I think you know that. Because when we have the High Priestess come in upside down, Frozen Lake, this is that inner knowing. Like something has been telling you to do this, all right? To be the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who explores, who travels, who gets out there. They're not afraid of something new. You know, so I just want you to know that, you know, maybe you want the struggles you have with your career is because I don't think it's a good match. And I'll just share with you a little something about me and my past with a career. You know, my whole life, the only thing anybody wanted me to do in my life was to be a teacher. And that is the one thing I did not want to be. I did not want to be a teacher. I didn't want to be in the school systems. It's just not, I didn't have the drive and the calling. And I mean, even this summer, I was offered a job teaching. At first I was like, yeah. And then I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to be in that system. And I feel like, you need to honor that. No matter what people are saying, if it's just not right for you, it's not right for you. And I think it's time for you to go looking for something else. All right. That's what I got for you, Frozen Lake. Hi, Rena. Agnes, nice to see you. MAL24. You're doing psychology right now. Well, the Knight of Wands, Frozen Lake, wants you to explore. Psychology. There are so many avenues to psychology. Do you know what I mean? There's art therapy. There's, private practice that you would go in. I mean, there's just so many avenues to psychiatry. And it's so interesting. You may decide that you want to take all of this and become a counselor. Because a lot of times, people really interested in the human psyche and stuff like that, very good people to be counselors. So I think the message here for you, Frozen Lake, is to really try to, explore all of the options that could be related to the field that you are interested in. And I think you're going to find something that way. All right. All right, let's see. Agnes. What is the current feeling Ripon Ahmad has for you? Let's find out. Grateful, thankful for Agnes. And then I'll read for you, Rena, all right? All right, Agnes, what are the current feelings Ripon Ahmad has for you? Can we look at the current feelings? Grateful, thankful. Explore it all, Frozen Lake. Leave no stone unturned. All right, listen, this person really likes you. All right, we got the Two of Cups coming in. And then we have the Eight of Swords. But I got to tell you, all right, I feel as if this person could have wandering eyes. They might also be interested in their own sex, all right, because I do see two men here. There is this Eight of Swords energy here that is coming in, a lot on their mind. Five of Pentacles. Wow, Agnes, be careful, because I feel like this person that you really want to get involved with, they could have a short leash on you. Be very, very jealous, tell you what to do, how to wear, and I think that could really get to you after a while. Because I do see you feeling very alone and feeling as if this person has complete control over you. So be careful of that, all right? Because you need to be able to have a voice in a relationship. It can't all be on their end. And I feel like there could be, them trying to really control you in this situation. And you're just going to have to, just see whether or not it's really what you want. But honestly, I think this is somebody who wants their cake and eat it too. But it could be at your expense. So I just don't want to see you getting, a relationship where, you can't do your own thing. Because, you know what I mean? Like, you want to know that you can wear your hair up and wear makeup and them not get all one way or another. Because I'm just feeling, all right? I'm just feeling for you, Agnes, that this person, they loved you when they met you, how you were. And then once they got a hold of you, they wanted you to change. But now you're not the person they really fell in love with. So just be careful of that, because I know you have a lot of stories in your head of what's really going on with, this Eight of Swords. So, let's kind of keep the mind clear and stay clear. And I think you will be able to see how to run through this relationship. But that's what I got for you, Agnes. That was a long one. Rena, can I tell you when your partner will contact you? His name is AWOL. Well, he's AWOL. You know what AWOL is? I don't know where you're from, but AWOL is absent without leave. And your person right now, you're wondering when they might. All right, you're welcome, Agnes. I got to tell it like I see it, All right, Rena, let's find out. let's find out about Rena's partner. I mean, honestly, is he really a partner, Rena? I mean, really, I'm just, you don't have to answer me, you know, but, you know, for yourself, if he's left you, is he really a partner? A partner doesn't abandon, leave, or any of that, but let's find out. When will your partner contact you? When he's ready. See, like, this is the Emperor. I mean, you know, I do feel like they will contact you. Right now, I think they're a little hung up, a little confused. Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, I don't feel like this is your partner, all right? Two of Cups coming in reversed. But I think you do need to hear from him, and I think you will. And in so doing, I'm sorry, Rena, but I just don't see that, you know, when you do get together, it's not going to be a good match for you. So, yeah, 5 of Cups. You know, move on from it. I think you've already been through enough with this person. All right, let's see. What else is going on for you guys? Ma. M-A, Ma. You remind me of my grandson. You know, everything is Ma. But I do get a grandma. He's just 1.5 years old, but, you know, he will say grandma. All right, let's see. What is going on? Can I tell you about your future love life? You're currently single. Good luck with that, Rena. Protect yourself. Remember, people, no matter what, if we're in a relationship or not, do not sacrifice yourself, all right? Always take care of yourself. The oxygen mask falls down for you first and someone else. Because a lot of times, you know, it's easy to get lost in a relationship. All right, let's see. Ma, we want to know about your love life. She's single. Ma is single. Hi, Brina. Welcome in. All right, Ma, let's find out. Can I tell you about your future love life? Oh, inquiring minds want to know. Future love life. Look at this. The Hanged Man. All right, this is what I want to say, because this came out in regards to your love life. When you meet someone, all right, don't give so much, all right? Have them give to you, because this is a card of sacrifice. This is you playing martyr. This is you doing everything. You get strapped in, you know, to a relationship, and then it doesn't work, all right? A partnership is an even give and take, and I feel like that is a lesson you need to learn in your relationships in order for them to really work. Now, I do feel like if you let go of some of the things, too, that have been holding you back because you say you're single, you know, look at all of these straps. Maybe all of these things have happened to you in the past, and now it's like you're not going to open up, and, you know, those things are not, they don't define you. They don't, that's not who you are. You're this bright light over here. If you start to release, you know, this reason why you're still single, and this reason why you don't go out with someone else, and this reason why you can't get, you find the time to go out, and start to really, you know, get a good perspective on your end so that you can start to meet people that would really be in line with you. You know, because here, the Moon card, you're blocked. See that block right there? You've got this serious block that really needs to be removed. And you cannot be afraid of your feelings, you know? Maybe you're one of these people that when you start to get these deep feelings, you shut down. You know, this block is, you know, there's something blocking you from really opening up to having a really good relationship. So the Hanged Man wants you to get a little perspective on that. All right, Rena? All right. Oh, that was for Ma. Right, Ma? Rabbi, welcome in. I'm good. How are you? Should you explore Frozen Lake in psychology or something else? Well, you know, I think you should explore both. I think, you know, honestly, leave no stone unturned. You know, I think you need to look at everything and not just kind of go in one direction, because that's what I was seeing, you know, open up and investigate it all right, Frozen Lake. And then, you know, you can say, well, you know, I did do that and I didn't want to do it. Just like me wanting to teach. I did go into the classroom and I didn't like it, you know, and even though I was a very good teacher, it's not what I wanted to do, you know. So it's that kind of thing. You may really love psychology, but, you know, math is where, you know, your mind likes to be. Maybe you can get a good job doing that and then on the side do psychology. Listen, you know, the world is is in front of you, you know. Explore it, all right? And you'll find something. All right, let's see. Last question. All right, Perna, I always answer for you. So if you don't mind, I will get you on another reading. I'm going to lead my last question. Will be for Shadan Sajid Shah. Is that how you say it? I don't know. You're still single. Do you get another love? Let's find out whether or not. Promise, Perna. I'm just trying to get people who haven't had a reading get a reading. And if I end up staying on here a little longer, Perna, just put it in the chat that I've been here longer than 5 minutes. All right? And I'll read for you today. All right, let's see. All right, Shadan, you're still single. Do you get another chance in love? Grateful, thankful for the messages. Ooh, look, you feel like you're not enough for someone. Listen, you are more than enough for anyone. All right, so if you feel like, you're not good enough, not worthy enough, I mean, this is an energy of not having what you need in order to find love. I don't believe that at all. You need to have faith, because there is somebody coming in towards you. Look at this guy. This is the King of Wands. Good looking, charming, amazing, very creative. They probably have a great business, very worldly. Look, there is somebody out there for you, all right? But, have confidence in yourself. I mean, really, just believe in who you are and it'll all work. All right, so that's what I've got for you. If I am free, could I tell you financial abundance? All right, listen, I'm gonna stay on here a little bit longer, so I want to read for Perna, all right? Because she is a loyal subscriber, comes back regularly, and I told her if I was gonna stay on, I would go ahead and read for her. So, a little guidance for Perna. You still out there? Wave hi. All right, Perna. All right, let's see, guidance for you, Perna. All right, listen, 10 of Pentacles. I like it, because I feel like, you're after something here, okay, 10 of Pentacles, and I feel like you're going to get it. There could be some money coming towards you. There's just like abundance around you, Perna. So I like this energy. Let's grab onto it. And I'm also wondering if there's somebody in your neighborhood who could be interested in you, or, they're wondering about you or something. I'm just sensing that there is someone on the other side of this fence that is really curious about you, Perna. So I like that. Martin Dean, not to be mistaken with Dean Martin, right? You have all the marks of a chosen one, Martin Dean. Dean Martin. I was told I'm a chosen one, and I'll tell you a scenario. All right, if you've been following my channel, some of you might know that I do a lot of ceremony with the Native Americans, right? And sometimes they have me do things that I just, can't believe I'm doing, and one ceremony I remember saying, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I've been picked to do this. I don't understand what I'm doing. I don't know why all of this is going on. And then afterwards I got pulled aside and they say, it's all happening because you're the chosen one. So I know that energy, Martin Dean. I do. So let's see whether or not you are one of the chosen ones. All right. Martin Dean would like to know whether or not he's one of the chosen ones. What can you tell me to tell Martin Dean? And then I'm going to read for you, Rabbi, and then Phoenix. All right, Martin Dean, let's find out whether or not you are one of the chosen ones. I'm not feeling that you are a chosen one. All right, we have the 6 of Swords coming in reversed, and I have the 4 of Wands coming in reversed. I feel as if, not there yet. There's work that you need to do. We have the 6 of Pentacles coming in. So I have to tell you this. I'm going to be really honest, Martin. I said you need to watch your ego. All right. Because I'm just feeling as if, when we have the Six of Pentacles coming in reversed like this, there's an imbalance when it comes to the energy that you have in regards to, what you are supposed to do. And I'm definitely feeling like there's a lesson you need to learn right now, and it is about ego. And in the words of a wonderful Japanese man I met many, many years ago, he told me, he said, it is so important for us to have ego. It is more important for us to know how much ego to have. And I feel like, there are really, countless opportunities. I think you do have a magic to you. I think you have the ability to be very intuitive and very creative and even manifest. I think you can manifest things. And I saw it actually happen to my ex-husband. If we put ourselves out there in such a way where our ego is in front of us, you will be put in your place. And I'm afraid that might happen to you. So be very, very careful, Martin Dean. All right? Because I do see that, you eventually get to a place where, all of your gifts really, really start to benefit. Because so you're in a transformative energy right now. But as far as the chosen one, I don't know whether any of us are really chosen. I think we're all the chosen one. But the lesson of ego, I feel like you really need to take that on. All right? Because I don't feel like a chosen one. Because, like, if you guys knew my life, I mean, it's been stressed, it's been hard, it's been riddled with a lot of misunderstanding. Like, my life has not been very easy. And, I'm a white person in a native culture that also didn't make it very easy, especially since, I have a very, I don't know what kind of personality, but, I mean, I say things maybe I shouldn't say sometimes, but because of that, people are like on alert with me. So anyway, the lesson of ego and chosen one, not chosen one, I really honestly believe we all are the chosen one. Anyway, Martin, that's what I got for you. All right. Phoenix, where are you? Phoenix. Wait, did you want just a general reading? Where'd you go? Phoenix rising. My kindred spirit over here. Are you seeing anything you need to know? Phoenix, let me read for you. And then who was I going to read for? Somebody remind me. Oh, Rabbi. All right, we're going to do Phoenix and then we're going to do you. All right, Rabbi? I hope you're still out there. And then maybe I'll take off because I really do got to get my car down to the sky. All right, Phoenix. I seen anything you need to know? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Phoenix. Really appreciate you. I'd like to see you come in. Ooh, memories. 5 of Swords to the Hierophant. All right, 6 of Cups. All right, this is nostalgia. This is enjoying the company of, people. You're just remembering really good things. And then we have the 5 of Swords. And then we have the Hierophant. So the 5 of Swords, I feel like, you might be in a situation, Phoenix, where you got to pick your battles, all right? Because the 5 of Swords is an arguing kind of energy. It's one where, we're fighting for a reason, and we want to be heard and all of that. And I just feel like in order to save peace or have peace, you're going to pick your battles, all right? And some things just are not worth arguing about. And I think in so doing, you honor yourself, all right? I mean, we can pick a fight with people all day long, and there's people that will want to fight with us all day long. And I feel like with you, you know how to pick your battles. So just, you're not just going to argue for the sake of arguing. And I like that. I think you're in a place where you're ready to just kind of do some healing work. And, really follow your spirit. I mean, these are beautiful cards of, just kind of healing as a result of, maybe a partnership. Maybe, you're involved with somebody and it's been a little bit difficult. And you're just trying to keep the peace, because definitely that is a message for you that, you don't want to stir the pot. It's like you're not out to make trouble. You're not out to do any of that. You just want, to kind of move on, right? All right, let's see. Last one, Rabbi. If I am free, could I read for you? Absolutely. Financial abundance for Rabbi. I hope you're still out there, Rabbi. Grateful, thankful. Grateful, thankful for Rabbi. What can you tell me to tell Rabbi? Grateful, thankful. A little financial abundance coming their way. Yes, no, maybe. What can you tell me to tell Rabbi? One more shuffle, all right? And we'll go from there. All right, Rabbi. Here it comes. Here's your card. All right, Rabbi, we got the Eight of Swords coming in reversed. All right, when it comes to your financial abundance, again, you know, if things aren't working for you, don't hang on to them. All right, Eight of Swords coming in reversed, and then we have the Seven of Swords. You know, if you feel like what you're doing is leading you nowhere, you don't have to hang on to it. I mean, there's a lot that goes on in your mind, all right? These are mind cards in your head. Whether or not you're going to have financial abundance or not is up to you. Do you want, you know, I mean, if you have in your mind that, you know, I'm never going to have money, well, then you're not going to have money. But if you say in your mind, you know, one day I'm going to be rich. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to have all that money. One day I'm going to do what it is I want to do. And then set it in motion. Because here, this Eight of Wands is reversed. You have to believe that you will have the money. You have to believe that you are going to have the financial abundance. And then what you need to do is make it happen. All right? You know, the power of positivity. It's incredible. Here's the magic to life that I have learned, right? Positivity, the power of positivity, gratitude. Gratitude pulled me out of depression. I mean, honestly, you know, I am really grateful for the money that I have this week. And I'm really thankful for the money next week that will be twice what I made this week. You know, I mean, really start to manifest that money and you will have it. But if you remain in your head and say, oh, I don't know, it's never going to happen, it won't. All right. So the power of positivity, Rabbi, and you will have that money. And like, you have to go after it. All right. Knight of Swords coming in reversed. Why isn't it happening? Because you're not going after it. You have got to not be afraid to put yourself out there and do the things you need to do to make it. If you want to be financially abundant, Rabbi, you will be. But you have to get out of your head and believe that that's going to happen to you. And then it will. All right, listen, that's what I've got for you guys. If you came in... you know, come back. I will be back sometime this weekend, and, you know, we'll do this again, all right? And we'll look at the week ahead and all of that stuff. But meanwhile, I have been on here 96 minutes and 13 seconds. So it is time for me to go and get on my way. I really had a good time today. I really appreciate each and every one of you, the super chats, all of that. Really, really grateful. Thank you so, so, so much. Thank you for my moderators, the Storytime Kitchen and Jenny's Cozy Corner. And happiness, I will get you on the next go-round, all right? Meanwhile, let's all be happy, all right? Hit the like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all right? Be happy, be healthy, be kind.